I don't know if you've noticed this ongoing feud between the vegans and the non-vegan bodybuilders, but I really hoped it was going to come to an end when the Hodge twins started talking about veganism. But then it didn't really take, and they've gone back to eating animal products. And so it seems this rivalry is going to continue for some time. And a lot of people really don't like it. I was on Rich Piana's channel, and it seems he doesn't appreciate negative videos about him. Using my name for views, talking shit. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Let's have a look, shall we? Do you know what, haters? You can shut up right there, because 5% nutrition is a start. Okay, he might not know about the other 95%. This is a man doing the best he can with what he knows, okay? And I, for one, think he's doing a pretty good job, actually.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Today I want to talk about there are 3 different types of people.
Well, that's good to know if you're a bigot, because it saves time, doesn't it? You don't have to worry about nuances.
Number 1, let's start at the bottom. Number 1, there's people that talk about gossip, right? They talk about other people. They're just gossip queens.
Okay, so we are in category 1 because we're talking about these other people who talk about other people.
Then you have people that just talk about things, cars, motorcycles, just useless things. That's, their main conversation piece is things.
Yeah, I know the type. I had to say to my boss the other day, actually, because he really is obsessed with things. I mean, it's always, where's that report you said you'd hand in today? What about the timesheets? I thought there were 2 laptops in this cupboard. And I was like, look, mate, I don't mean to be rude, but do you think you might have a thing obsession? Because I really do find a lot of your patter very tedious indeed, I'm afraid.
Now, number 3. And this is the category I put myself in, is people that talk about ideas. Their brain is constantly working on new concepts, possibly new business ideas, ways to make money. We're talking about new things. You follow me?
I still think you should put yourself in category 1, because even now you're just talking about the people who talk about ideas and new things. You're not talking about any ideas and new things. So, I still think we're in the first group.
So we got the gossipers, people that talk about things. And gossipers basically is, where let's say you're with a buddy and you're out to lunch, you're like, hey bro, dude, I got this fucking incredible business idea. Oh my God. So what I'm gonna do is, you start telling business idea and he's like, oh dude, check out on Facebook. Look what so-and-so's doing on Facebook. And you're like, that's what your life consists of, talking about fucking Facebook? I mean, that's an example of a gossiper.
Well, again, Rich, I think we're running the risk of remaining trapped in the gossiper's pen somewhat, because we're still talking about the dude who talks about dudes on Facebook, only we're doing it on YouTube. Because the thing is, if you reference a friend who references a friend on Facebook, it could be said that you're another link in that chain of consequence. And I would admit, in referencing you on YouTube, referencing the friend on Facebook, referencing the friend on Facebook, I very much forged another link in the chain, and so the dance continues.
Now, so these 3 types of people: gossip, people that talk about things, and people that talk about ideas, which are people that are using their brains, for something creative. They're creative people, and these are the people that are going to be successful in life, and are going to be business owners, and they're going to succeed.
That's not my understanding of creatives at all. I envy your optimism. I mean, do not go out to dinner with them. They will not be paying half. That's all I can say.
Now, I've noticed there's a lot of people on YouTube that, they have a YouTube channel. I assume, a lot of the reason is to make money, right? They're making a little bit of money, having views, or trying to get as many views as they can. Well, they're basically, all they're talking about is other people. They're gossiping about other people.
I know these other people on YouTube are talking about other people on YouTube, Rich, but you can see by virtue of this conversation we're having how easy it is to fall into that trap. I mean, fair is fair. You've told us not to talk about people or things, leaves very little else for general chit-chat, and sometimes After a long day at work, you just want to come home and slag off a bloke for 3 or 4 hours.
That's what you're doing. You're going on YouTube and you're just gossiping.
You think I don't know that? I know that. That's what I've been trying to say for the past 3 minutes. Look, we've got each other by the balls here, man, because we are both as bad as the people we're slagging off. Somebody's going to notice this.
You know, if you're going to do a YouTube channel and you can't really talk about yourself because there's nothing interesting to talk about, and you realize you're not going to get any views talking about yourself, so you realize that you can only get views by talking about other people, why not make it productive? You know, why not make it positive?
Well, you do have very beautiful eyes, and I've never told you because it's never come up, but I don't think anyone would deny that, would they?
You know, negative, it's not, what is it accomplishing? You know, being negative, talking shit. What is it accomplishing?
I feel the same, and I think a lot of people in history have made that mistake. Martin Luther King, the suffragettes, just sort of negative all the time. I mean, the suffragettes are a prime example. They needed to chill the fuck out and be nicer because they were always going on about there being serious inequality for women. What inequality? I don't see any inequality. So I don't know what they thought they were achieving by bad-mouthing society for not giving them the vote. I mean, women have the vote, or at least I would have the vote if I had bothered to send in the forms. But, you know, I think it's just a sign they didn't have the internet in those days, so they couldn't look it up and find out the facts. But I don't know what they thought all that negativity was going to get them, you know. Certainly not going to get anyone married, that's for damn sure.
The thing that upsets me is that people are jumping on my bandwagon and using my name to get views.
That is so cheap. When you see that happening, it's just not very classy, is it? And you're like, do you honestly think, people, that putting Rich Piana's name in the title of a video is going to get you thousands of views just because you've done that? I mean, do you? I'm asking genuinely.
You know, you won't have any subscribers because the truth is nobody really gives a fuck about you. So you have to talk about other people.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nobody gives a fuck about me. This from a man who's never even met me. So what, have you been spying on me then?
This is 1,000 milligrams of caffeine right here I just put in this fucker. So, I'm a crazy motherfucker. You guys gotta be careful. Because, you know, my shoulders are too big for my arms. The only time to eat pizza is after midnight.
If you want to get your revenge on the people that make these videos and stop them being able to capitalize on your name, all you have to do, Rich, is go vegan, and then we can't slag you off anymore, and our income will suffer severely. So if you want to get back at us, you know what to do. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos. Let's hope Rich sees sense and does the right thing. Okay, so I made this just because I thought Rich's video was kind of funny, but now that I'm editing it and finding more videos on his channel that say things like, if I die, and he's talking about steroids and his regime and all that, I'm genuinely concerned now, and I'm thinking, Rich, man, you think it's us causing you grief. I wonder if, without meaning to, it's actually your fans who embolden this idea you have that to be loved and approved of, you always have to be bigger and better. You can't just get away with being you. It has to be you plus all the time. I'm not slating his fans because they love him because he's inspirational and shows you can be whatever you want. But that's where people like Rich have to consider, what kind of culture do you want to engender? Do you really want young people to have this attitude that winning approval means risking their health? I think this comes up a lot in the bodybuilding world, but it's all over the place. I know because I've worked in the media, and I think I went into it in search of approval and attention. And same with YouTube, probably, maybe that's self-validation. And what I find is you only end up feeling okay with yourself and your limitation and your failings if you are working in an area that you think is genuinely of use to people. That's why veganism seems to me a good thing to work on, because the most urgent side of that is the issue of animal cruelty. But then you also see how going vegan transforms people's health, and that is so rewarding. And so to spread that message gives a person's life real meaning. And then things that you worried about before, like getting the most hits, having the biggest arms for these bodybuilders or the best body fat ratios or whatever it is, these things become irrelevant because your self-worth is finally being bolstered and being fed by the feeling you're helping other people. And that brings this peace you never find in trying to hammer yourself into a shape you think people might like, because that is endless. I don't think people really do give a fuck about those who they don't hang out with regularly. You know, people are concerned about themselves. They're in the midst of their own struggles. It's best to look outwards and you find common ground if you're all helping each other. But creating this culture where our kids are going to be taking drugs and bursting blood vessels in the gym, possibly suffering from eating disorders, chronic self-doubt, all that misery, all that low self-esteem, because they're looking in the wrong direction to find self-worth. That's not going to help with your own sense of self-worth, Rich. I mean, fans are fickle if it's your arms they're inspired by and not your positive mental attitude and things like that. So anyway, people might think it's unlikely that someone like Rich would go vegan, but to my mind it seems the obvious thing to do, given that he's got excellent skills in business, a lot of influence and power to spread ideas that are worth spreading. And I think something like that would break the cycle of him measuring his self-worth by his physical measurements, because that must be fucking exhausting. And you're worth so much more than that, Rich, if you ever watch this. So anyway, that's Kerry's unsolicited advice for the day. If you do want to book me for therapy sessions or bar mitzvahs, just message me below. I'm totally on it, man. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time.